Also, rich water, guysini, you know, like all the affirmations here.
Rich water. You can get it at 2 the street from
I really don't think that we are putting out addresses out there.
It depends on where you are, but I'm not gonna say the area code, but the street. You can order it online by knocking on the door, and she'll give it to you for 100 Rand a pop. Hi.
Everyone.
Camera yetu iyamuva today.
Hi,
Labels. Today we're talking Boxing Day. It is a very interesting film that Noni will tell us what it's about.
Can we start with the damn trailer?
I didn't even watch the trailer. Okay, let's
start with it.
Yeah.
Mo ingxwa ya tapela po hayi lena lo maka ke stop solo se Rose ba tsara stop
Please boss, I need to bury my grandmother.
Very important VPIP is coming tomorrow.
Say hello properly to the minister.
Sakibe nani?
Sorry, she only speaks Xhosa.
Ozo hamba nomfazi wakho.
Bangithu yahamba.
Yahamba nya.
Where's the minister? He's going for a meeting to go fetch him.
I think they kidnapped them. Dis ons grootste operasie ooit. Haai boss, hier is 'n saak.
Wat sê jy?
Ek sê dankie my wa.
You know we give land to you guys for free.
Yeah, we need a smaller than a piece for the dog.
When I watched the trailer, I got the impression that Boxing Day was something a cross between The Gods Must Be Crazy, a Zulu on my Stubo, Leon Schuster film.
It was Zulu Must Be.
And very pre-94-ish situation happening. And yeah, so the reason I personally wanted to watch this film was because I was really fascinated by the fact that it is directed by a Black human being and written, like the majority of the writers.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But it had very interesting themes based on the trailer alone, you know, like, okay, why does she have a gun out and so on. So that's why I wanted to watch, because I was waiting for what. Do you understand? When you're like, I wonder what all of this has to do with Boxing Day.
I really thought Bazo Box Abantula.
Yeah.
Because it looked very violent. It looked like, yay, it's hectic. But guys, I think the confusion is what made me watch.
Yeah.
You know.
See, that's what I was saying. I watched the trailer and I was like, like, Gwenzaгаlan. So I really just want to watch. And that's what I wanted to watch it, which in my opinion is a good thing.
And give us the synopsis, please.
Boxing Day is a film about a community that is about to lose their land, that is being sold off by a minister, told through the eyes of two siblings whose grandmother has passed on, and they don't have money to bury this granny.
In Kossoville.
So they are going through the motions of trying to raise enough money to send her into a mortuary and also to ultimately bury her. And that's where the story starts, but the overall story is about a community who is about to lose its land because of greed of politics and selling our land to whiteness.
To the whites.
White people.
Yes, that sums it up really nicely. And so we can hop onto the good stuff.
Ding, ring, 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 ring.
I have notes.
I don't have notes for this one.
No, I have quantity notes.
You always have notes. Forever.
So guys, before we get into the technical side of things and how it looks and yada yada, I just want to appreciate the fact that this film has everybody who's everybody. The blacks, the whites, the coloreds, you know. It's just so diverse and it favors nobody.
It offends.
It offends
everybody
everybody.
equally.
It's nice because everybody catches this L. We can all finally come together and rally together and be like, oh my God, so trash.
Yes.
So,
We were all trashed.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that they really became typical and stereotypical with everything. So the Afrikaner nation was shown in a very typical Boera light. The Xhosa blacks were shown in a very typical Xhosa black light. The colors were shown in a very typical you know, so everything was very typical.
And the politicians were typical.
No, I lied. This film was directed by Mandla M.
Mandla M, black man.
And Umandla M. Lana, you can tell, I feel, that he literally went to town in terms of portraying the typical stereotypes of everybody. And I loved that.
And the intention of it made it funny.
Yes.
Because then it doesn't feel like just a random slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Because they're so intentional to be stereotypical. I appreciate that. In fact, it reminded me of, like you said, your Zulu on my stoop.
Yeah.
And the guy, the Zulu on my stoop guy, used the khata putata, what. And I'm like, oh, okay, paying ode to the, you know, the old stuff, which is just cute.
The shooting, the shots, guys.
It's
the textures.
There was the first shot, Leanna with the land.
Guys, you guys shot the out of this.
You outdid yourself.
Like, it is credible. Like, they're carrying a corpse. So the grandmother has passed on, and they don't have money to send her to a morgue. So they keep putting her in ice. Like they put
in a bucket,
ice on her in this tub. And now they're carrying this corpse to try and get it into a morgue and so on. It is so credible. It looks like struggle. It feels like struggle.
It's real.
It's real. You can see the sweat. You can see.
And it's heavy. It feels heavy. I think they really made them carry something heavy.
It looks like it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate all your efforts, guys.
And I believed it. And I was like, these people are carrying a corpse.
Yeah. Good Zima.
Like, it's rough.
I believe the church people being so judgmental and, guys, and you see how there's a smoking and a touch.
And
just a haze.
Just a...
Yeah.
They didn't go... They went...
That's how it's supposed to be.
Because they know what they're doing.
Yeah. No, her makeup. Guys, she's a pretty lady. We know her to be well kept and clean and everything. They even worked her teeth.
They got the teeth right.
Guys, in fact, for me, I feel like this is one of her best works because I haven't, like, acting Kelana was so real.
This film got the context of the world, of the characters within the world, of the way they would have reacted in different situations within this world with what has been presented. They got it right to the T. They paid attention to every detail. They paid attention to how the sweat is pouring down the skin. They paid attention to, like we said, the teeth.
There's even a part where she is now, she works at a lodge owned by the Afrikaans men who want to take over their land. And she gets to the lodge where the minister is, the Minister of Land Affairs, who's supposed to sell them the land.
Yes.
And she rubs her shoulder in pain. And for me, I'm like, she was carrying a corpse the day before.
She would.
Of course it would be painful. I'm getting goosebumps because of that.
I'm just like, so much was right.
Yeah. Look at that. They're not even afraid of falling. And like, Laba are going through the most.
And then the dog comes
and sniffs.
But all the dogs start coming.
Because
and like,
there's a dead body. Of course there's a dead body.
This is believable. Yes, sis.
The grading, the coloring. It feels South African. It looks South African. It's guys,
and you know what about it? It could be a farm in Mpumalanga. It could be a farm
anywhere.
in Costa Land. And because it could be set anywhere, they use different languages.
Because I was like, wait,
in the same setting. So you don't feel like
it's Xhosa or it's
Ngwa Xhosa or Ngwa Zulu or Ngwa Sotho. They used all these different
So
languages.
basically, they created a world that fits South Africa.
Completely.
Our own Wakanda.
Guys.
The acting is great.
The scripting
The
is
scripting is-
the timing is magnificent. The editing, the way they edit, guys. Guys, give credit where credit is due. Yeah, give credit where credit is due.
And like I keep going back to the inciting incident. It was clear. The inciting incident is clear. They have a granny that they cannot bury. They don't know what to do. Now, what do we do from here? This is a life-changing event.
Everything feeds into this
Even this
one event.
Even this guy liking this girl, it's not overt.
It was so cute. Oh my god, it's so adorable.
Uncle Ui trash, like all the uncles.
I'm a
the
uncle
aunts.
Anjeven.
Oh my god. Another thing that was funny is the bathing outside. The comedic elements. They were so random. These guys are bathing outside.
Yeah.
Gashisa. And they're just like, it's fine. He owns a cemetery. So they go to this guy who owns a cemetery. They're like, please, can you put our mom's body in, our grandma's body in, and we'll pay you the installment. This guy is in the tub outside going, not a chance.
And also it shows, because it's a bubble bath. So he's not just bathing outside. I've got this opulence and I live this lifestyle, but I'm bathing outside.
Yeah.
My cemetery that looks like I'm cuckoo,
Yes,
but it's not.
but it's not,
But it's
because
like, oh,
I can afford myself.
actually,
Guys, it's smaller things like that. It's the
phone.
Because I'm Uzulu on my stoop. This guy sent me all the way back unexpectedly because I haven't seen this man in 20,000 years.
Isn't it like, what's his name? Kraaiwagen.
I just went, oh my god, Zulu on my stoop. Yes, and he still has the same glasses. Did they deliberately give him almost the same
Maybe
glasses?
they did, and if they did, that's clever because it does have a touch of nostalgia on to it. So they were deliberately forcing us to go back and make connections from the different things, and I'm like, that is so smart. So art department was very deliberate.
Yes, and he's still that guy on Zulu stoop who is that Bura man.
They were not random. The phone was intentional.
The phone was intentional, guys.
Like, not gonna, this Nokia, guys.
When else did you see this
When
Nokia?
was the last time we saw this Nokia?
And they still want to sell it. I'm just like, no.
No, guys.
The bodyguards are the most unbodyguard.
Twiddledee and Twiddledum.
They
and they played the role of Twiddledee and Twiddledum to the T.
To the dumbest minister
and you're
ever.
just like, yes, whatever they're doing makes sense.
It works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because they're idiots.
I love the minister's wife. Her acting remains amazing.
Always, though.
Ever since
Always.
generation to today.
Always.
She is a
Honesty,
calm
man.
soul.
Very
She is
dignified. She is here.
She is here. She fits being a politician's wife.
She actually does.
She is. In fact, she's supposed to be the politician there instead of that husband because we trash. She actually fought for the land.
She did. She fought for the people. She
Yes.
fought for the community.
Yeah.
And I really, really love her character.
Which then makes you think, oh, okay, so I'm a politician where to who's the one whispering the things that need to happen here, you know? I love that Uti. She's very strong.
She's in Bogot.
She's Bogot. And she's not going to
Bogot,
allow
yes.
her husband to go crazy with our man. I hope politician wives are like that. The detective smelling people at the guys, the most random
That's why I was like,
happening here.
it felt like the gods must be crazy.
It did.
Like it's racist.
It's racist. He smells people. He just goes, rich, poor.
And he's like, new money.
New money, you can smell it a mile away.
And he's like,
Don't sit on my chair. Knee up my stool, knee.
don't sit next to me.
Don't sit next to me. Go eat over there.
Like, go eat over there.
I was like,
so a part of me just wants to cringe and,
Yeah.
and be offended, but I'm like, no,
No.
because we were also offending.
yes, we were.
The script writers offended everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
I was offended on people's behalf.
Everybody. Like I sat there and I was just like,
Pink,
guys,
pink man.
you know when you keep having to go, what's this
The
before?
pink man
Was
in
it
the front.
before 1994? And you keep going,
What is happening? That's what I thought. I thought it's a timepiece.
I
And then I'm like, there's a video call with a slay queen. It can't be a timepiece. So why are we so offensive?
was the intention to be this offensive though? I love it.
Okay.
I love the offense.
I love the offense, but I think it fits the world that they created.
Yes.
Living in such places where there's still Boere man running around making more money. Boere mag,
I
yeah.
love the way they were singing.
Delarai, sal jy die boere kom lei, Delarai, generaal, generaal. Een man sal ons om jou val, generaal Delarai.
It could never get more Afrikaans than that. You can't get more Afrikaans than General de la Rey. So the writers and the directors and everybody literally looked at many references that would resonate the most with different demographics within South Africa.
Living
their
just
lives,
now,
eh?
they just like, let me just let them super us. I mean, the guy who was following the detective, how is he allowing all this to happen to him? Like, how is he?
I also feel that they literally, with that particular character, they have picked up on. I think these people actually studied things. They were not random, because when you do go into the outskirts, away from the cities, and people who live a lot, Black people who've been in servitude under a lot of Afrikaans people, they do behave like that. They do speak like that. You do get to places that are like Mpumalanga in the middle of nowhere, where they're like, our Blacks are very docile and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how they can tell as soon as you're from a city, because they're like, you're not from here.
Yeah.
Because you don't react like that
You're
and
so
speak like that
docile.
to whiteness. And I've seen that. I've experienced it.
Sure.
In this year.
In this year.
This year. This year. This year.
You can't take our people anywhere.
You can't take anybody
From this movie.
From this movie. You can't take them anywhere.
Anyway.
Okay, let's not go
Let's
to the
go to the not so good stuff. Okay, I have a question, and I think my questions are more on story, things that just like make the story. So in South Africa, I need to know the laws, because when I get your Wikipedia / Google / everybody, when you have a body in the outskirts, so
Yeah.
are we still allowed to bury them in our yard?
It really depends on which part of the country you live. So if you are living in rural places, yes, you are
Okay.
allowed to bury your deceased in your yard, but there are processes that you would have to carry. The world that they're living here does not look like rural. It looks like peri-urban or squatter camp.
That's what they call township in that area.
Yeah. So it's peri-urban. It is not rural. You literally need certain laws in order to bury Ecegin.
The laws of South Africa, do they allow a person to not be buried at all?
No. If you don't have money to bury somebody, the government gives the corpse a pauper's burial.
And then eventually you can exhume the body if you can, right?
Yeah.
You can exhume and
But-
bury them
but
when you have the money.
The government will
the government
bury somebody if you can't.
So they could have easily gone to a police station and been like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, but yes, they could have. But looking at this world, you can tell that facilities such as those are very far.
They walked to that was a hella far.
But did you come across police stations or
Usilo
anything?
has a truck which can help, that can carry a whole community to a lodge. Usilo randomly pops up whenever Silo is needed. But for Silo to help carry a body to a police station, he wasn't.
I also feel that it was highly improbable. Like if we're talking reality now, outside of the world, outside of that world, you cannot carry a corpse.
No, guys.
You cannot. So, but because they established the world so well, I could believe it in that world.
Yes.
But in reality, in South Africa, no. You have to call the police there, and they bring the coroner there, and then they remove the body from the scene, and it is taken to the morgue. If you don't have a morgue as a family, like you don't have a burial plan or whatever, they then take them to a government facility.
That was very illegal. And then I have one more note. Our minister is here in the bathroom, right? Talking about he's going to send his slay queen 3,000 rand instead of 10,000 rand.
Via e-wallet.
Via e-wallet.
On which planet?
I don't know which
I don't know which
FNB to pull out.
Which FNB has e-wallet at 10 Skoto?
So slay queenie, while this is happening, they get robbed by
How is he not hearing?
Do you understand?
He is not far away. He's here.
He's here.
In the bathroom here.
And baby, the wife could also hear that. Anyway, while this is happening, her brother barges in, here we go, and wants to rob everybody because
With
they
a
want
stick.
money to bury the
grandmother. Yeah, that's the recurring theme.
Oh, minister comes out of the bathroom. Video call Elogiti, baby. But the screen looks like this.
But also, Minister Hawaswati.
The screen looks like this, guys. Imunyama too, but baby is on the video call. Jiggy, baby is seen again. Guys in.
Respect us.
Respect us. It's the little things that we see.
But it's the one.
Yeah. And why are you phone baby?
I'm understanding, babe. Why are you trauma? Why are you traumatized?
In front of your wife, you know there's a wife. You know there's a wife.
You knew that you were a side chick?
How? That was it for me. Yeah, this was a random film.
I loved it. I love the randomness of it.
I don't have a lot of problems with it.
No, I don't.
So, kudos to you guys. I will rate it I'll give it an 8, actually.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm going to give this film a 9. It was good old South African slapstick.
Yes.
Laughing and... That's literally all it is.
Better than Leon Shoes now.
Yes. Thank goodness
than
that
Leon's.
Man is not releasing.
Because if he was here, I release again. I will. You missed the bone straight.
No.
Anyway.
Please take away his cameras.
Please stop him, guys. How is he not cancelled? Sure.
Please can Leon Shoes start? Kanti, akakho ku retirement home.
Aka cancellang. Nge blackface. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share, please. He's releasing and they're gonna want us. I'm not gonna watch it. We're not doing it.
Thank you, Boxing Day.